Hi Paul, so I'm just making this video. Apologies for the mess, obviously with decorating and all sorts, but right, so if I come in the front of the house here, right, I turn to my right. This was previously it was a study. There was a built-in desk. I can send you a photograph of what it originally looked like. There was a brown desk that ran all the way along this wall, there to there. Above the desk, there was a huge built-in unit, which I think had been built out of like kitchen cabinet parts, because when I took it apart, it all looked like kitchen cabinets that had been assembled. Now, the crack that I'm talking about kind of starts in this corner, and you can see in the corner there, it branches in three directions. It comes along a little bit to there and then stops. Then this way, it comes all the way along the ceiling, all the way along, sort of peters out somewhere over there, kind of hard to point, kind of about there, I think, is where it peters out. Then there's a vertical crack that runs down the wall, all the way down here, and through this grey paint all the way down to here. This is where we're having new stuff built. There is a plug socket there. It runs to that plug socket and below it there, and that's where it stops. Now, a couple of points to note. The wall here, if I put my finger and I run my finger to the right, there is definitely a difference in the level between the wall on the left and the wall on the right. The wall, this crack, the wall on the right is lower, so my fingernail would catch going this way, but not going the other way. So my fingernail catches like that there. I can run my fingernail into it. That is more pronounced higher up than lower down. If I come lower down here, this crack here, put my finger in shot, there is no there's no difference. There's nothing for me to catch my finger against. Now here, this is where it's been painted over. Now ignore the white, because this is where we've been picking at it. This crack was painted over, I don't know how long ago, but probably since they installed these units. It doesn't appear to have cracked any further. So the bits we haven't interfered with, you know, the paint still seems to be fairly close together. Doesn't appear to have cracked apart. But we've kind of picked it a bit. But you can see how it's more pronounced at the top than it is at the bottom. If I go back up to this corner and go back to the third crack, there's a crack that runs down. You can see where it's split a bit. It runs down and it stops about there, so it hasn't propagated any further. All of this was hidden by a black unit. You can see this line here. This was where this unit was mounted to the wall. So you would never have seen this crack behind that unit. We've checked the brickwork outside. There doesn't appear to be any cracks in the mortar. There doesn't appear to be any repair work done, although there is a little bit of slightly sloppy pointing, I would say. But it doesn't appear to have been, nothing appears to have happened. The one other thing I would say is that this vertical crack here does not align with the crack across the ceiling upstairs. The crack across the ceiling upstairs that you noted in your report, just going to see if I can take my phone up and show you that. The crack that you noted in your report is about here, which is further from the front of the house, I believe, that runs across the ceiling. I'll take some close-up photographs for you as well.